Hello, YouTube. Welcome to another edition of Morning Drive for YouTube. On Sunday, Tommy Fleetwood took home the title and $2.5 million at the Nedbank Golf Challenge. The Englishman recorded 3 eagles over his final 10 holes to post a final round at 65 and pick up his first win of 2019. Fleetwood now has 5 career wins on the European Tour, 8 top 10s and no missed cut in 2019. So with that in mind, we put this question out on Twitter. Where would you rank Tommy Fleetwood among the top European Tour players in the game today? Robert Dameron, what do you think?
I've delved into this in the last little bit, and I'm going to give you a number. I don't even want to just say, oh, he's pretty high up there, you know, or he was before the win yesterday morning, number 8. Now I've got him at number 6.
Oh, okay.
I've got him at number 6, which is a strong move, but you've got Rory, Justin Rose, of course. He's not quite to that level. Jon Rahm, Molinari, even though Molinari's tapered slightly. The amount of wins since Tommy's last win and this win, and the size of the wins. Quality of the wins. Yeah, that's got to put him over Fleetwood. The other ones, though, Casey, Lowry, Willett. Those were a little iffy. I think he passed up Willett and Casey, and Lowry 2 wins, including Abu Dhabi in the Open. So, yeah, 6 right now.
So you're sort of basing this on what they've achieved across their careers, not necessarily where they are at now with the game.
You know what I looked at? I looked at between Fleetwood's previous last win in Abu Dhabi and the win yesterday in South Africa, and I kind of went with who did what in between those wins.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's my
The
formula.
last couple of years. What do you think, Faye?
I think I tend to agree with Robert. I didn't put a number on it, but I have similar players in front of him, and Jon Rahm and Rory. I also put kind of Justin Rose in that mix. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, he's one of the top Europeans, but I don't even know if he's the top Englishman, because I would probably put Rose, and I think I'd put Casey in front of him as well.
Interesting. I have him number 5 on my list of the top Europeans. I actually have him ahead of the Casey. No, I don't have Molinari. So I have Rory, I have Rahm, I have Rose, and I have Molinari.
Okay.
And then number 5 is Tommy Fleetwood, age 28. Listen, he's a 63 in the U.S. Open. That included a runner-up finish in our national championship. Runner-up finish at the Open. 5-time winner, as you mentioned, on the European Tour. And it's also his skill set, the way he hits the golf ball, the way he drives the golf ball. He's in the sweet spot of his career, 28, only getting better. This win, I think, is going to just give him great momentum into 2020
Well, he needs
as well.
momentum
He
in
does.
the win category.
But
I think everybody expected, coming off of winning the race to Dubai, that he was this interesting character. He was a great ball striker. I think everybody wanted so much from Tommy, and I think probably from his standard, he maybe has underachieved the last couple of years, and maybe this win will help propel him forward, because he certainly has the game. It's just been a little bit dicey on the win category, because the consistency is actually there. I was actually shocked when I looked at his last missed cut was July of 2018. So I think his level of consistency is maybe underrated.
I think he needs a PGA Tour win as well. I mean, because Molinari has that. Rahm has that. Obviously, Rose and Rory and Casey have that as well.
Willett and Lowry have it.
Yes, they do.
I mean, that's he's
that
the only one of the people I know.
Yes.
That was one of the interesting things, that when Tommy called in to Morning Drive on Sunday, fresh after the win, that Gary Williams asked him, he said, do you feel like you have now mastered what it takes to play across both tours, the PGA and the European Tour, and know how to truly be a global player? And he said, no, it's actually really difficult, but he's looking to play less and to improve his results. Do you think for Tommy, he's now gone 41 events, no missed cuts. Is it about less is more now for Tommy, do you think?
Well, he was not a consistent player a few years back. He actually won and then would play bad. He's become very consistent, lacking the wins. Lacking a win in America, though, and it's got me thinking. I mean, I think of Colin Montgomery as easily the best player that probably never won in America. Does that diminish his legacy now in time, in hindsight? I kind of don't feel like it does.
He's still a World
seventh
Golf
straight
Hall of
order
Fame
of merits, Golf Hall of Fame. That's strong stuff.
But I think you can make the argument that, Monty not having a major championship, not winning in the States, I think it does, in some people's mind, just because you're in the Hall of Fame doesn't mean everybody believes you belong there. I believe he's one of the best and brightest lights coming from Europe. I do think the order of merits, you mentioned the 7 straight 8 total, is quite a feather in his cap. I do think Tommy Fleetwood, considering how he's played at the Players, being the final group on Sunday, Shinnecock in the mix, Portrush in the mix. It seems like his profile, his skill set fits the big-time event. There's a Rolex victory to add to the CV as well. $2.5 million, the largest check in European Tour history. So it just seems like he shows up when the spotlight is brightest. And I think that bodes well for his future going forward.
And not to mention Mollywood. He was an absolute Ryder Cup hero in Paris. Yeah. He is a complete rock star. And I think even just looking at the photos behind us, he's just different. He's unique. He's someone that everybody just loves to watch. And in his interviews after winning on Sunday, he was so emotional. And he's such a genuine character. I don't think you could find a nicer guy out there on tour. Do you think, especially the Americans, are they rooting for him to succeed in America so we see more of him?
I would say so. I think he's a very popular figure. I think when I was suggesting that everybody was wanting so much of him, I think that is exactly what it was. I think the American fan is engaged with him because he seems genuine, because he's not perfect in everything. He has some imperfections that is very endearing in how he goes about things, and I think that's what makes him so appealing to the American fan.
Also has a unique look. Let's be honest, he looks like Beatles from the 1970s, you know. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Field. I mean, look at the guy. He's got the long hair.
I got lost in it there for a second.
Gary called him Fairway Jesus yesterday.
I mean,
I'd never heard that.
I think the American fans will like that. I think they liked him in New York at Shinnecock. I think they're getting to know him a little bit more.
I think they like it. I think they like him. But internally, when your Q rating is this high, but your win total doesn't match up to it, it leaves a hole in your own self,
you
in
think
your
there's
soul.
a big gap?
I do.
I do too.
I think
I think it's he and Ricky are probably right there.
The Ryder Cup
and feet now.
Again, you're talking about American
versus
fans.
Amount of wins.
Ryder Cup
Okay.
That's true too. And American fans.
They're not going to like what
beat
you
us.
did.
So yeah, we don't like that.
4-1.
What sort of a difference do you think this win could do? The Nedbank Golf Challenge, a win in South Africa, Africa's major, a Rolex event, all the points that it brings. Could this be the trampoline that we've been looking for?
I love that. It's the biggest first place winners check in European Tour history for exactly 1 week. Until next week.
Until he wins next week?
Well, no,
I mean, he's won the race to Dubai. I mean,
yes,
he's done some big ticket items. I think it's short-sighted if Americans don't give him the due that I think he earns. We carry the European Tour on Golf Channel. I would hope our viewers would appreciate what he's done at the age of 28.
This is obviously a big win, huge win. Next week's field is better, stronger. That's what we need a little more too. Not that the field in South Africa was anything to sneeze at, but it wasn't a world top of the level list.
Louis was
that
there.
We want to see him.
He's 5th and 6th on the list.
Yeah,
he's right there.
He's right there.
He's right there.
In order to get to the 1, 2, 3, he's got to win on the PGA Tour.
That's fair.
Got to win
fair.
on the PGA
Not too much
Tour.
to ask.
Or a world golf event would be even bigger. Encompasses both. Something like that.
Okay.
He's in perfect position now to win his second race to Dubai. Do we think it could be possible?
I do. I think he'll be very comfortable this coming week, and he's coming in with great momentum, clearly, and great emotion. Talking about taking care of his family. I mean, it was a beautiful post-round interview.
I'd put him solid 5th if he wins Race to Dubai.
Okay, good, solid top
Okay,
five.
he bumps
Moving on
up
up.
one if he wins the season-long European Tour race. Very generous of you, Robert Darren.
Thank you.
Well, if you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure to subscribe to Golf Channel's YouTube page for more, and tune in to Golf Channel and Morning Drive every day for the latest golf news.